All right, I went and see A Complete Unknown. Let's talk about it. This is the brand new biopic about Bob Dylan. This one's directed by James Mangold, who, by the way, also made Walk the Line, the movie about Johnny Cash, which was fantastic. Bob Dylan has had a fascinating life. You cannot make a movie that encompasses his whole life and career. There's been many books written about Bob Dylan. There's been many documentaries, and I feel like it's still not enough. The man is really a fascinating musician, poet, and artist. This movie is not a movie about his whole life. This is a movie about his rise into becoming a folk hero and then him sort of turning his back on folk music kind of and going electric. Now, to give you a little bit of backstory, if you don't know about it, Bob Dylan, huge hero in the folk music world. One of the biggest folk music festivals, the Norfolk Folk Festival. He did it one year and his fame into that world exploded. He goes back and does it again the second year. And what does he do? He plugs an electric guitar and he has a backup band. And in the world of folk, this is sacrilege, okay? This was, I mean, these people were truly triggered, okay? They were calling him a Judas. Their minds were exploding that this guy, how dare he play an electric guitar? Basically, that's what the movie is about. It's about how he became a musician and then this whole controversy about going electric. Timothy Chalamet plays Bob Dylan. He is incredible as Dylan. Now, what a year Timothy Chalamet has had this year. I mean, first of all, back in March, he was in Dune 2, Paul Atreides. To talk about screen command, this guy was incredible in that movie. Then he plays Willy Wonka, and now this he's gonna get all kinds of nominations. I wouldn't be surprised if he takes home an Oscar this year. Great work in this movie. Edward Norton as Pete Seeger, also incredible. By the way, all the actors in this movie had to learn how to play guitar, and they actually sing. It's their real voices singing in the movie. Now, if you love Bob Dylan and you're a huge Bob Dylan fan, everything that this movie talks about you probably know already, but I still feel like it's worth going to watch. It's a very well-made movie. It's got a lot of Dylan songs as well as a lot of those big classic folk songs in the movie. So I feel like Bob Dylan fans like me can enjoy this movie. If you're not a Bob Dylan fan and you don't know a lot about Bob Dylan, this is a great launch pad into discovering the world of Bob Dylan. Now, another thing I loved about this movie is that it really shows you the true character of Bob Dylan. This is not a movie where they only show you the good parts about him. Was not a perfect guy, Bob Dylan, all right, little Bobberino. And this one shows all of him, his faults, his genius, his disdain for the press and for people always telling him what to do and how to be. So all in all, this is not a 5-star masterpiece kind of movie, but I feel like I really enjoyed watching it. I had a great time with it. There was great songs in it. Now, should you go watch this movie? Well, folks, the answer is blowing in the wind. The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. Because it's the lyrics. The lyrics from the song. The